Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's blog post. We are firmly in the month of March. We all can recollect the fact that the buffer between winter and spring, all these things coming to a head. We just passed daylight savings time for most of the country that participates. And we find that, March Madness is among us. And it's really an exciting time, and it's not just for those people who are basketball fans or college basketball fans. But when you think about it, just like, the Super Bowl itself may be the single largest, you know, event, one day event that is watched by millions, if not billions of people across the globe. Uh, and while the World Cup may have more individual or loyal interest and viewership around the globe for people who are participating. Uh, and while we sit here and spring training is bustling along and people are excited about baseball and we are forging through the NBA and the NHL seasons going forward, there's nothing in my experience that can compare to the huge impact that NCAA basketball has, and the viewership, the total number of games played, the total number of people involved one way or another, the different venues to which multiple games, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are being played. The anticipation of teams making the Sweet 16 and the Final Four, huge events leading to the championship game. Um, and to me, that type of social interaction, the fact that there are so many individual games, arenas, 20,000 people go to an arena, and there's an individual game, but in the beginning part of the day, games start early in the day and run deep into the night. Different people supporting different teams, people in general just interested in watching basketball. People who have no interest in basketball at all, checking in to see how teams did because they filled out a bracket either online or with friends or at work or wherever it is that they gather. And the social connection to that, the sheer number of personal interactions that happen is something that you can't avoid, or you shouldn't avoid in our business, especially when you think about all the different people who are engaged in going to these events. Large portion of the people who are involved, uh, are likely targets of your business. Those are people buying and selling houses or may have to refinance or, you know, facing certain challenges, looking forward to retirement, all these different things, investment properties. The fact of the matter is that looking at March Madness and looking at the basketball tournaments, and again, it's not only the NCAA, the NIT tournament is out there, the women's basketball tournament is out there. Huge people, huge involvement, huge people with emotional connections to outcomes. The only thing that people could be, more emotional that you can think of about is either another human being or the process of buying the place where you live, or dealing with or affording or lowering the cost of where you're living, changing your life, immensely by a simple step of either buying the house or refinancing. And you've got to pay attention to these things, and you're missing a huge opportunity if you don't engage. If you're not part of the process, if you're not looking at this and saying, how do I participate? And it's not just a work thing. It's a personal thing. It's, these are the opportunities of life to interact with other people. And I think since COVID, where people got shut in and people figured out how to do without other people, or who had fears of crowds or interacting with other people. We've seen it where we work. People don't want to go back to the office, even at this day. COVID's been gone, or the pandemic part of COVID has been long since over. And, you know, we're still not having full participation back in the office. There are people who are, still working from home, or the social connection amongst coworkers has faded dramatically. And I think something like this tournament can be, a prod in the direction of re-engagement of other people. And I think as mortgage and real estate professionals, we really have to pay attention to how do I participate, right? Whether it can be going to your local sports bar, going to a friend's house that's having a watch party, even doing posts on your own from watching the game from your own living room or your den, and putting a comment out there, interaction with social media. But I think getting up and getting out, it's the perfect excuse to, you know, go out and socialize and connect with people, and, just be engaged and share the experience, because ultimately it's not about going out there and trying to, do three loans while you're watching a basketball game. It's about connecting with other people and them reburning those brain cells, under pulling you to top of the mind awareness. They know what you do, or they will know what you do, and understanding that either they themselves or somebody that they know this spring and summer buying season are gonna, come across somebody that's buying or selling a house. And many of those people are in a position where having that conversation about refinancing and restructuring debt, well, you're not going to do it at the sports bar, and you're not going to do it during the tournament. Their awareness of who you are and what you do leads to them picking up the phone and reaching out and calling you, or you gathering their information and connecting with them on social media. And by, doing so, they now have access to your social media page and can very well see what it is that you do, and how you do it. And again, just be the process of becoming aware of who you are, what you do, how you can help, because ultimately this is a rare opportunity. You get it once a year to have this many people and this many opportunities focused around a series of games, a series of weeks going forward, leading into what for us in the mortgage and real estate industry is the busy time of the year, if you will. I like to call it the productive time of the year. But spring and summer buying season is, we're entering it now. Just had daylight savings time. By the time the tournament's over, we're going to be into April, and it will be spring. And if you don't make a plan to engage, if you don't go out there and put yourself in the middle of the mix, you're missing a huge opportunity, because while I can't prove that if you engage, it's going to lead to a deal from somebody, I can guarantee that if you don't put yourself out there, you absolutely won't. So if you have any questions or comments, it's Mike at imtcoaching.com. Go out there and enjoy March Madness. If you have any questions, Mike at IMT Coaching. I'm here to help. Talk to you again soon. Take care.